All right, so we live in a day and age where, you know, more and more people are going into entrepreneurship. More and more millennials today are going into entrepreneurship. We look at research, and research tells us there are several reasons why businesses fail, small businesses, right? But one of the reasons that I looked it up was among them, one of the reasons is expanding too fast. So, my question to you is how do you know, right? You've got several businesses. How did you know when it was time to expand and take on new business ventures?
Once you knew the business was consistent.
Okay.
So, taxes, that's my first one. With that, I was working for a company for the first 7 years of me doing taxes.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Took 3 years for me on my personal side to get going.
Okay.
All right. But while I'm working for the company, I'm still learning I know taxes, but I don't know the business.
Mm-hmm.
So I ran 4 years with the business of me making money on my own personally.
Okay.
So I waited till I was consistently making a certain dollar amount, and in that process, I learned the background of the business. And on that 7th year, I was able to walk away from the job and be full time just on my own.
Mm-hmm.
So, and what that meant at that time, it was just taxes in my nonprofit. But nonprofit don't make any money for real.
Okay.
It was more me because I'm building that as well.
Yeah.
It was me putting the money out. So I was able to do taxes in the first quarter of the year, basically. And I was able to balance that money for the next 10 months.
Okay.
So when April came in, I would balance whatever was in the bank account for 10 months.
Okay.
That would get me to February of next year,
mm-hmm.
when new tax money would come in.
Mm-hmm.
Now, of course, first year or so, it didn't work right.
Okay.
You know, by the time January hit, I was probably broke.
Mm-hmm.
So now, as time progressed, though, I learned the balance of it. But I tell people simply, like, yo, put a figure in your head,
okay,
and you work with that number. But when I started expanding, it was when I was secure with one business,
mm-hmm.
and that one business took care of everything.
Okay.
All right. So if you're working a business you're starting a business, but it's paying your bills,
mm-hmm.
it's paying the business bills. That's a lot of pressure.
Okay.
That you put on yourself and that business to thrive.
Okay.
So I started Snowballs. Well, I started another business before that.
Okay.
I got out of that business in 3 years.
Okay.
All right. I started Snowballs immediately after that business. I used the money I had from that business left over to start Snowballs, mm-hmm. which is a food truck. But when I started Snowballs, I didn't need Snowballs money.
Okay.
I used tax money to supplement anything from Snowballs.
Okay.
So having that money, I came in debt free on that, but I was able to build Snowballs without worrying about pocketing the money.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So then 3 years into that, I started the shoe store, Heart and Soul, with my partners.
Okay.
All right.
So okay, let's just all right. So you got a lot of businesses.
All right.
So let's make sure we're tracking. So your first couple businesses, you were an individual who were running everything by yourself.
Correct.
And then as you advanced on, you started branching out, and now you brought on some business partners.
Yes.
Okay.
So we started Heart and Soul Sneaker Boutique in 19, if I'm not mistaken. No, 18.
Okay.
We started in 2018. And from there, what we did, though, again, I took money from the other businesses to start this business.
Okay.
All right. But with this business, it's different now because it's 3 minds.
Mm-hmm.
It's workers involved. So in the beginning, we every 6 months we pay out. All right.
Okay.
So with that being said, nobody's here working, starting this business to get paid.
Okay.
And that's to bring that point to head. What I'm basically saying is, You have to let the business crawl, walk before you get money from it.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I'm gonna pay my workers because they're here.
Okay.
But me as an owner, all owners or business owners need to understand you eat last. You don't eat before the workers. You don't eat before the business.
Okay.
You eat last.
Yeah.
So that way your business can thrive. And that's what we're doing now. We're trying to make the business thrive through just not taking the money.
Okay.
So, but people in the beginning, they come in, they look at it, oh, this is an extra $500 a month for me.
Yeah.
They got to let that money sit in the bank and start making money for them. Like you got to be able to keep inventory, whatever it is, the material needed for that business to succeed, you have to keep re-upping in a sense. So some people don't re-up.
Yeah.
They're taking the money and they're starting from scratch every time. So for me, I always tell people like, yo, don't start if you're on a 9 to 5, let's just say you make 50,000. You can't leave that business. That business can't be the bread and butter until you already consistently made maybe 30, 40,000 2 years in a row, 3 years in a row. That way, now when you can say, you know what, I can scale up, as in I'm already giving this job 40 hours. I'm probably on the back end giving the business maybe 20, 30 hours of time. Now, what if I give them the 40 that I'm giving the business?
Yeah.
If I'm getting 30,000 a year, pumping 30 hours a week, all right, maybe now if I give 70, maybe I could double it to 60, 70, maybe more. But, you have to let the business dictate the shift.
Okay.
Like, don't put yourself in a bind, leaving the job, taking the business out, quitting the job up front and say, yo, I'm just going to be an entrepreneur, haven't made no money. Now you're stuck. And so you see a lot of entrepreneurs who do that end up going back to the 9 to 5.
Okay.
But then when they get to the 9 to 5, they lose the freedom.
Yeah.
And the hunger for the freedom makes them find another way to get back to the entrepreneurship. And I think that's what for me, helps a lot, is freedom. Once the people taste freedom, it's a difference. But it's like, yes, you have freedom, but you got to be the go-getter.
Yeah.
You got to manage the time. You got to be to start the process of the day. Like, if you're not a leader, you shouldn't be a business owner.
Okay.
Like, it's two mindsets. You got workers and you got owners and employees. Two different mindsets.
Okay.
Employees worry about every week. Owners are thinking about a year, about a quarter.
Okay.
So if I know I'm clocking in, I'm going to make $500 a week because I've showed up.
Yeah. You
need to stay as an employee. Because as an owner, I'm going to show up every day, but I'm not guaranteed to make that 500. It may be 300 this week, 900 next week.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, like, you got to understand that. That's what owners understand. Employees don't. Like, oh, no, I was here. I need my paycheck. And if you got that mindset, you can't go into entrepreneurship and think you're going to succeed.
Wow. So, when we're talking about expansion and talking about small business, we know this, right? This is nothing new. Numbers say that like 20% of small businesses fail within the first year. I think maybe 30% of businesses fail within the second year, and 5 years is around 50%. And even I think about year 10, it's still about 70% of businesses are failing. So my question to you, as being a black man, a business owner, multiple businesses, what are the challenges, right? Maybe you can even personalize it as far as what were though some of the challenges that you did see or experience in your first years as businesses, and as we take a broader scope, as we branch out, what are some of the challenges that black business owners are facing when it comes to being in business?
Man, in the beginning, I really didn't face a lot of challenges.
Okay.
Because taxes per se, I'm the helper.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm essentially a helpmate to you for taxes, and it's a industry where it's needed. Like I don't really have to sell myself,
Okay.
but I've learned to sell myself on giving value.
Okay.
It's not just about doing your taxes; it's about helping you understand why you're doing taxes. You know how to help yourself, and so I give more value than anything in taxes, which in return gets customers. So you have bad customers, but I really never experienced a lot of negativity in taxes because it's hands-on. You only get negativity when something goes wrong.
Okay.
But 9 times out of 10, if something goes wrong, it's out of my control, and you got to just explain that to the customer. Then eventually they find out that it's not in your control, and then they get right. But when it comes to snowballs, it wasn't bad customers either, for real, because it's a happy thing. I'm giving you something that makes you happy. The shoe store really, it's a niche market.
Okay.
So the people coming in actually want what you got, but then you do have the ones who say, "Oh man, that's too high." So it's more about educating in the shoe industry.
Okay.
You got retail, you got resale. You know, it's two different things. So we are in the resale business. Basically, we buy the shoes that do release through Nike or a Foot Locker or a Hibbett, those big box places coming from Nike or Adidas and stuff like that.
Okay.
And we're buying them, they're selling out, but we're giving it to you after they sell out for increase in price point.
Okay.
All right, so sneaker market can be very huge. You can have where, you know, some shoes you may buy it for $200, but they're gonna resell for $300. You might buy something for $200, it may resell for $5,000.
Wow.
It just depends on how limited it is or how exclusive it is.
Okay.
So, but from there, get into the restaurant business, Hammerheads. We started that a year ago. We just celebrated a year, officially opening a year, but
congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah.
We've been doing the process of building it out took roughly a year we literally created the LLC December 14th, and then we opened the next year on December 5th.
Okay.
There's a lot of issues with supply chain issues, which caused a big delay of about maybe 5 months of delay. So with that, but now like that situation, being a black business owner in a restaurant, it's difficult.
Yeah.
You battle a lot. You battle customers. You battle black customers. They are very entitled.
Okay.
You know, like it would seem like they come on a mission just to discredit you.
Wow.
You know, like I know with us, like one of our things is daiquiris.
Yeah.
Right. We do daiquiris. I'm gonna say this. I'm a person of I don't like cheap things.
Yeah.
So we don't buy cheap liquor. We get basically, you know, good rum. Like we use Bacardi rum, which is a good rum. We don't buy anything cheap. That's the best way to say it. Like tequila, we use that in some of them. We use Casamigos. We use Tito's vodka as well, and we use Hennessy.
Okay.
In our daiquiris. And some of these customers, you know, they're used to go to like other locations where it may be, you know, bottom of the shelf penny liquor, and now they expect that, you know.
Right.
So when you give them a level of quality, it's kind of like, oh no, price point, I don't like it. But then like if you break it down to them and say, hey, you know what, you can go and get that bottom of the shelf Long Island iced tea for $3. Yeah, it's 8 ounces, but you're gonna buy 5 of them.
Right.
And that 5 is probably, let's say it's gonna be $15. But I got a 16-ounce daiquiri for you for $15. That daiquiri is gonna make you feel just like that. But they're so used to quantity, not quality. So the quantity may say, oh, I'm getting a bang for my buck.
Yeah.
But guess what? Next day, you're going to wake up head hurting, body aching,
Mm-hmm.
things of that nature, you know. So like it's like you're educating.
Yeah.
You could go like I can even tell them, hey, you can go downtown, you can get a shot of Hennessy, and or better yet, I'm not gonna say shot of Hennessy because I don't do Hennessy. If I drink, I would do like a tequila or vodka,
Mm-hmm.
right? And I'm gonna get it with pineapple juice. It may be $15.
Yeah.
They're gonna give me a 4-ounce cup. They're gonna be full with ice. They're gonna put that shot in there. The shot is normally an ounce, and then they're gonna put the rest of pineapple, which is probably gonna be another ounce. So, or 2 ounces. I'm gonna get 3 ounces of drink and maybe an 8-ounce cup because it's full of ice.
Mm-hmm.
So I really got 3 to 4 ounces of drink, and I'm gonna still pay $15, $16. And I'm telling you, hey, I'm gonna give you 16 ounces of drink for the same price, and you're getting 4 times the amount of drink than you would there that you are cool with.
Yeah.
So, but being the black owner and having a face that they can relate to is entitlement. It's kind of like hey, you know what? Hey, I know I can go over there. I ain't gonna complain over there,
Right.
Because I don't know nobody.
Yeah.
I'm gonna just take what they give me. It's the same way fast food.
Yeah.
We go to Wendy's, McDonald's, all of these big chains. They're messing up every day.
Sure.
And we still go back.
Right.
McDonald's can't get the McFlurry
Right.
situation going. The ice cream always down.
Or Wendy's, they sold out of one of their favorite berry drinks, whatever.
Yeah, but we don't complain.
Yeah, yeah. Or we
But
go back.
Yeah, we go back.
Yeah.
But if the black business owner say, "Hey, we sold out of this today,"
Yeah.
oh, what that sold out for? Y'all don't have no shrimp back there,
Mm-hmm.
or you don't have enough. You don't have the money to pay for it. It's so many different things. They carry a different narrative versus the same respect they would give Wendy's. If
Yeah.
Wendy's say we sold out, we sold out.
Yeah.
If we come and say we sold out, it's a problem. You shouldn't be sold out in the middle of the day.
Mm-hmm.
Like how y'all gonna advertise this and they don't have it today?
Yeah.
It's like, things happen. It could have been a busy day, or it could have been an issue with the food supply.
Mm-hmm.
Like we definitely use food suppliers, so we do orders by the cases. Sometimes the case don't come in. I remember it was Easter last year. We ordered our normal. We're not a big brand
Yeah.
at the moment. So we ordered our normal catfish. We got our 2 cases or so. Our cases didn't come in.
Mm-hmm.
It's Easter. Hey, we couldn't give it to you because we had to give it to this contract situation at another place.
Yeah.
So guess what? We can't have catfish on Easter weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Most people don't eat meat on Easter weekend, Good Friday, stuff like that. They just eat seafood.
Mm-hmm.
So, are we in the wrong?
Yeah.
No, we're not. But hey, we can't provide it. But they don't give you that grace.
Yeah. That's why I was thinking we don't extend that same grace to black businesses. As you said, we'll cut them off real quick. We'll cancel them.
Oh, we'll cancel them fast.
Real quick.
Yeah, and it's you see it, and it's kind of like, it's crazy. Even the people that support you, they still, they run with the narrative.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of like you try to educate.
Yeah.
But you can't educate because you already have the mindset of, I'm complaining. That, I know we experience a lot. Name dropping.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I know such and such.
Mm.
Or is he here?
Okay.
Or, a text message inbox.
Sure.
And they not even cool with you like that.
Yeah.
They just familiar with your face.
Yeah.
On social media or something. And, they just name drop you to try to, let's say, put my server in a box.
Yeah.
Put them on their toes. It's like, no, let the server, the manager on duty, handle any issues.
Yeah.
Trust, it's going to get back to me anyway.
Mm-hmm.
If an issue come up that's detrimental enough, I'm going to know.
Right.
But it'd be simple things, Like, I had somebody, again, now this was something that on our end we should have fixed.
Mm-hmm.
But we had an issue with a wing. The wing was cut. It was a half of a whole wing.
Okay.
So I fault the kitchen for not seeing it, when they was plating it. And then I fault the server for not recognizing that, hey, this looks off because 2 got wings and 1 don't.
Yeah.
But it got to the customer, but the server didn't see it, and they just say, yo, that's how it come.
Yeah.
And essentially, we could have just said, hey, drop another wing.
Yeah.
We got you.
Sure.
But, person familiar with me, call me or inboxing me. And it's like, at the same time they're inboxing me, I'm resolving it.
Right.
They still on the back end, because I'm not in the building, acting up.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like, yo, like, if you going to reach out to me personally,
Sure.
lose the dramatics.
Yeah.
But you just have people like that, man. Even in the beginning with COVID with us, we had people, simple things like, they didn't want to eat on plasticware, But even behind the scenes, we end up being 8 months behind on our silverware due to supply chain issues.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Like, I could have just, we could have just said, hey, you know what? Since we don't got our silverware, hey, we can't open the doors until we get our silverware.
Mm-hmm.
But, hey, we open with the plasticware.
Yeah.
You got people, I don't eat on this. But, they'll go to...
Sure.
Any place. Well, even at this time, COVID is in, everybody's giving plasticware versus silverware.
Right.
You'll do that. You'll eat on it then. But like, I'm not, and I'm telling you, we're not an upscale restaurant.
Mm-hmm.
We're nice in the middle. So like anything, I'm being real, we shouldn't even have silverware.
Yeah.
Being honest, like silverware is just for presentation.
Mm-hmm.
But like, I don't care. I'm cool with eating fries with plastic.
Yeah.
Like, we don't even have, we just now finna put pasta on the menu.
Okay.
So if I have pasta, yes, I want silverware. But we do silverware for brunch.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a different vibe for brunch.
Yeah.
So, but you just have people preference and entitlement.
Absolutely.
When it comes to black businesses, people use preferences and entitlement. And their preference is their critique.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what? It's too dark in here.
Mm-hmm.
You should lighten it up. The light should be on higher. Or, I don't like this music. You should change the music. And it's like, yo, we set the tone.
Right.
Like, you're not the owner. Like, the business wasn't started for you. The business was started for a whole demographic.
Right.
We do what's best for the demographic.
Right.
Not for you.
Yeah.